They come back to the hospital. Laurie wakes up. Karen lies to her about Michael dying, and then Hawkins is wheeled in to the same room as Laurie, ironically enough.
And you kind of have to feel for Laurie in this moment where she's like, "We got him, like that false sense of security, that like you want her to have." But
she just had like major fucking surgery too. That would have thrown her over the
she even
edge.
says right at the cuff that she's all looped up on drugs.
Yeah, she says she says I'm all geeked out on pain meds.
But the first thing she looks at Karen, she goes, "Karen, we got him. Michael Myers is dead.
We got him, kiddo."
As the audience, you just feel for her because like even you want to tell her, but it's not a good idea.
She's been fighting him for so long.
Right, you just don't want to let the woman down. Like let her have that moment.
Yeah. I mean, let's just talk about it right now. This film doesn't give Laurie anything to work with. Like, it's just Laurie in a hospital.
Yeah, you're right.
It does.
There's no scenes of her and Michael.
You're right.
You only see her for like 4 or 5 scenes in total.
Yeah.
And it's just her delivering like just some
expository. I'll give you that.
Not even that. Like, some of her dialogue is kind of cringe in my book, and when I watch this as much as I have so far, like I'm not on board with the things that she spouts out throughout.
Towards the end, I think I'm with you.
She comes off as preachy in this movie.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll give you that.
But I kind of expected that going into this, and had the script.
I knew this is a placeholder till the final.
Well,
chapter.
I knew there wasn't going to be any scenes of Michael and Laurie, but there are some things that happen in this film that were not in the script, and vice versa, that I will get to more or less the third act. There's a lot of change up here and there, especially the ending. Holy shit, I got a lot to say about that ending.
All right.
So, after Karen leaves, this is when Laurie and Hawkins chat. They're both given morphine to numb their pain. Laurie learns about the truth and tries to get up to go after Michael. Doesn't quite work out. Then we cut to Allison, Cameron, and Lonnie. They come across the recent murder scene with the Vanessa in them, and they find Vanessa and Marcus, and they're wearing silver shamrock masks.
They're on Sean's favorite ride,
the
one that almost decapitated him when he was a kid. Yeah, he
carousel,
fell off of one of those and landed underneath of it. And when he looked up, the thing was right above his head.
I've had some brutal encounters.
If he'd have sat up, it'd have cut his head off.
Yeah, because somebody
was some bad encounters.
Some dude was trying to impress my mom at the playground.
It's all strewn with candy, like trick or treat.
Chambers is wearing the witch mask, and she's hung on the swings. And they find Allison. I mean, not Allison. They find Lindsay. They find Lindsay.
She basically says it's him. He was here.
She's terrified. She's terrified.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who else would it be?
So, the Umbrella Man shows up at the hospital for help. But Tommy and them, they think it's Michael. They mistaken him for being Michael because no one's seen Michael in 40 years. And
so he magically shrunk a foot and a half.
I'm like, this Oswald Cobblepot looking motherfucker resembles Michael Myers. Come on, guys. You're smarter than this.
So now
they don't mistakenly think it's him. It's because they were at the bar when that shit popped up on the screen.
They showed both pictures.
Right, they showed both pictures.
When they showed Michael, it blurred out.
But at that time, they had already turned around and were walking out the door. They didn't even see it either.
So I actually...
Plus they got them alerts on their phone.
I brought up,
exactly. That's the other thing. Everybody got an alert all at the same time. If that had happened back in 78, we wouldn't be here right now.
Is it their ignorance or just the simple, like... Is it ignorance or simple mob mentality? That they overlook all these factors.
I think it's both.
I think it's both.
Because
a mob mentality is real.
I think
like
both.
It is real shit.
I think they both play in hand in hand.
Yeah, it's both.
Yeah.
It's
I do.
Just like some of them are idiots and like, he was a lot.
Yeah, because Tommy. I mean, I know I'm skipping ahead, maybe like a step, but I mean, he gets to the point where he's like, stopping people in the street, like, hey. We need hard, able-bodied people. Come follow me. And, like, nobody even, like, gives it a second guess.
Yeah.
Like, they were just there, just doing their own thing. And he's like,
so he's got them convinced. So whoever they point to,
like, it's ignorance and it's...
They're going to go after.
It's like a witch hunt.
So
but
the
if
mob,
you stop and look.
Yes.
So the mob's after Umbrella Man in the hospital. Chase him to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Karen's trying to help out because Karen knows the truth. But Karen, what the hell is she and her Christmas sweater going to do?
Right?
Versus the whole town.
Right?
I finally
And so,
figured out why
Sean figured out why she's wearing a Christmas sweater.
Because she's all about peace and love.
No, it's not even that. Makes sense. He brought this up last night.
I put it together. We were sitting there when we were watching. We were watching Kills. The
Is this a Sean theory or Drew?
No.
It's my theory.
It's his theory, but it's a good
but
one.
But it's like, because remember I brought it up, like, why in the fuck is she
thing.
wearing this in 2018? But then sitting there, living through the rest of the night the other night, this crossed my mind where the three of us were sitting in the theater. I'm like, okay, she was raised by Laurie Strode. Laurie Strode fucking despises October 31st. It ruined
Halloween for her.
So, like, as far as Karen Strode is concerned,
she just skips right over it.
She goes from end of summer right to Christmas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no holiday in between.
So in her mind,
barely, like, if there was a Thanksgiving sweater, she'd have probably wore it.
It's like a security blanket for her almost, I think.
Right. That's my theory.
And it makes a lot of sense.
That's my theory as to why she wears a Christmas sweater on Halloween.
Makes a lot of sense.
Because it fucked her mom up, which therefore fucked her upbringing up.
Halloween doesn't even exist on her fucking map at all. Like, it's just non-existent.
Only for the kids. It existed for her kids.
So she's like, you know what? I'm moving straight to Christmas.
Right.
It makes so much sense because I didn't think about it at all. I thought she was at a fucking Christmas party or something. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
But yeah.
So yeah, towards the end, Tommy kind of sees Karen utter like it's not him, but it doesn't really, it doesn't do anything because
he busts into Laurie's room.
She gets him up to the top floor of all places into this up to this closed off section of the hallway, and he runs for a window basically when they are all chased and break through and commit suicide. Now, we get a POV shot of him hitting the ground.
I like that. That fall to the ground, especially when you see the arms.
And then the aftermath, he's fucked up.
Yeah, dude, his arms are like fucking bent up behind his fucking
questioned
head.
if that's how bodies actually look taking fucking 50-foot falls.
Why would Karen take him out of the safe room that he was in? Because obviously, you can see people running past the room. She just walks in there, and she locks the door behind her. Why would she take him out of that safe place?
Because they were spotted, weren't they?
No, you can see them in the window behind her. They're going past the door. They're going past the room that she's in with him.
We had to dispatch the umbrella man some way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it.
It was in the script. That's why she had to do it.
Right, I'm just saying, but...
I literally never wanted to punch a movie in its face more than I had last night.
Definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth revisiting.
15 minutes in, I'm like, Dorothy, we're not in Oakland anymore.
It's in 4K, buddy. Check it out.
They were kind of like an afternoon, drive time type thing. Or like the type of podcast you listen to at work.